Heavenly Father, we the seniors thank you for your guidance throughout our 12 years of education. We especially thank you for bringing us together on this auspicious occasion, our commencement. Each of us, the members of the class of '86, will be exploring new pathways of life after graduation. Be with us and guide us through these new experiences of life. Each of us realizes there will be many hurdles in the future, but with our parents' love and your guiding hand on each of our shoulders, we may overcome any obstacles that would keep us from reaching our goals. We thank you for our loving parents whose guidance and patience have helped mold us. We thank you for our teachers who enlightened us and for the administrators who directed us. Dear Father, bless each of us as we strive throughout our lives to use the gifts and talents you have given us. We ask this in God's name. Amen. Please be seated.
Good evening. On behalf of the class of 1986, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you who have come to share in this year's graduation commencement exercises.
Seniors, parents, special guests, faculty, staff, and friends of Catoctin High School, welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 1986. Thank each of you for joining in this night of celebration and honor. Tonight, the class of 1986 will take a giant step toward life as an adult in an adult world. With this step go many rights and privileges, but with it also come awesome responsibilities and demands. It is the fervent hope of the faculty and staff of our school that you are prepared to accept these responsibilities and meet the demands. Take what you have learned and use it. Use it as you step into the adult world. Use it as you meet challenges. Use it now and throughout your lives. May it serve you well. We as educators and you as students have each done our part. Now we stand at a gateway, on the other side of which is the world with all it offers and all its demands. As you say farewell to us, say hello to tomorrow. Grab hold of that tomorrow, and using what you have learned in the past, build it into a bright and shining future. It is the hope and prayer of everyone here that your pathway may be straight and true, and that your destination may be golden with happiness. Luck, success to the class of 1986. We will now have the recognition of honored guests by Mr. Marcus Folger, Vice President of the class of '86.
Tonight, we're honored to have with us a number of special guests. As I call your name, please stand. Mr. Ronald Naso, Assistant Superintendent of Frederick County Schools. Mr. George Seaton, Acting Director of Area 2 Schools. Mr. Marvin Spencer, Supervisor of Area 2 High Schools. Mr. Harold Mosser, Supervisor of Area 1 Middle Schools and former Principal of Thurmont Middle School. Sister Patricia Ann, Principal of Mother Seton School. Dr. and Mrs. James Fisher. Dr. Fisher is a former principal of Catoctin High School. Mr. and Mrs. Fred Dayton. Mr. Dayton is a former vice principal of Catoctin High School. Mrs. Linda Hall, former teacher at Catoctin High School. Mr. and Mrs. John Yurchek. Mr. Yurchek is a former guidance counselor at Catoctin High School. Thank you. We would especially like to recognize Mr. Holmes and Ms. Taylor, senior class advisors, and like to thank them for all the help and support they have given us. The senior members of Catoctin High School Chorus will now present a vocal selection entitled, Hold On to a Star.
It is my pleasure at this time to present several special awards to the members of the graduating class. As I call your names, please come to the podium. Arpana Agarwal. Presented to Arpana Agarwal in recognition of outstanding academic achievement and leadership by the administration and faculty of Catoctin High School. Arpana was our salutatorian. Congratulations. Gwinnett Barker. Presented to Gwinnett Barker in recognition of outstanding academic achievement and leadership by the administration and faculty of Catoctin High School. Gwinnett was our valedictorian with a 4.0 average. Congratulations. Last year marked the inauguration of a new award called the Principal's Award. It bestows recognition upon graduating seniors who in their years at Catoctin High School have succeeded in making the school a better place for all of us. This award is in the form of a personal letter of recommendation from the principal. As I call your names, please come to the podium, and these are in alphabetical order. Dana Lynn Gates. Principal's Award, June 4, 1986. This letter certifies my high regard and recommendation for Dana Lynn Gates, a worthy student and outstanding young woman. Her enthusiasm for learning and constant activity is something rare. Dana has been actively involved in sports, band, art, and agriculture. She participated in girls soccer and was a faithful member of the marching band for 4 years. She exerted her leadership skills through the FFA, where she served as the junior secretary, planned and conducted 2 petting zoos for disabled children, planned and coordinated the chapter's homecoming float, and was chosen as the outstanding vocational agriculture student at Catoctin High School. This versatile student has many accomplishments in the field of art. She was the winner of the Women's Civic Club art competition and represented Catoctin at the All-County Art Show. Her lasting gift to the school and the senior class is the design of the program cover held by the audience. Dana's most outstanding qualities are her demeanor, humor, and positive attitude. This is best described by her message in the 1986 yearbook, and I quote, "Never say you can't. You can at least try, and you will probably do what you say you can't." She is an excellent role model for other students and has made Catoctin a better place. It is my pleasure to present to Dana Lynn Gates the Principal's Award this date, June 4, 1986. Congratulations. Tammy Joy. Face the audience. This letter certifies my high regard for the accomplishments of Tamara Irene Joy. She has been a landmark female athlete and sportswoman. She has brought female athletics to prominence and stature at Catoctin High School and Frederick County. Tammy has participated in field hockey, softball, and captained the girls' basketball team. She has brought much honor and recognition to her teams, the school, and county. She has established records at Catoctin High School, in Frederick County, and in the state of Maryland. Her accomplishments have been a source of pride for the whole community. Through all of the pressure, Tammy has maintained a cheerful, positive attitude and has been a model of good sportsmanship. She exhibits a willingness to work hard and a fierce competitive spirit. She has been an inspiration for others to emulate. It is my pleasure to present Tamara Irene Joy the Principal's Award this date, June 4, 1986. Martha Lynn Parker. This letter certifies my high regard and recommendation for Martha Lynn Parker, an excellent student, athlete, leader, and outstanding young woman. Martha has compiled a laudable academic record. She ranks 6th in her class. She is a member of the National Honor Society and has been on the academic honor roll all 4 years. Martha has participated in a wide variety of extracurricular activities. She has contributed in field hockey, softball, and student government. Her talents have been displayed to their fullest as president of the Catoctin High Student Government. She has been an outstanding student leader. Her careful direction of student government was evident in the many successful school-wide activities. Among them were Homecoming Week, Spirit Week, and an increased number of well-organized dances for the entire student body. Martha is a student with intellectual ability, confidence in herself, and respect and consideration for others. She exemplifies the qualities of physical fitness, citizenship, extracurricular involvement, leadership, and service to school. It is my pleasure to present Martha Lynn Parker the Principal's Award this date, June 4, 1986. Laura Ann Reaver. This letter certifies my high regard and recommendation for Laura Ann Reaver, a respected student and an outstanding young woman. Laura has demonstrated a serious commitment to the total school program. She has been an honor roll student, co-captain of the varsity volleyball team, captain of the girls' indoor and outdoor track teams. She was one of the students responsible for founding the SHOP program, Students Helping Other People in the Catoctin area. Laura has also been actively involved in community activities. She has served as secretary of her church youth group, assisted handicapped youth at Camp Greentop, and served as an aide at a nursing home. She also participated in the Maryland Modern Miss Pageant. Laura exhibits true human kindness and caring in her daily life. She is best known for exhibiting cheerfulness, a positive attitude, and determination to succeed. She is a student who takes her responsibilities seriously. She exemplifies excellence in academic commitment, extracurricular involvement, and service to the school. It is my pleasure to present Laura Ann Reaver the Principal's Award this date, June 4, 1986. Andrew Philip Wyville. This letter certifies my high regard and recommendation for Andrew Philip Wyville, a dedicated student and an outstanding young man. Andrew compiled an excellent academic record. He ranks 5th in his class, is a member of the National Honor Society, and has been on academic honor roll all 4 years. He has been actively involved in extracurricular activities and has exhibited his leadership ability as the captain of the varsity soccer and basketball teams. He is also a member of the Student Government Association and the Letterman's Club. Andrew's most outstanding qualities are his demeanor, humor, positive attitude, and citizenship. He is a hard worker and exemplifies the best qualities of a high school student: academic commitment, extracurricular involvement, and service to school. Andrew has made Catoctin High School a better place through his presence. It is my pleasure to present Andrew Philip Wyville the Principal's Award this date, June 4, 1986. The first honored student speaker is Miss Lisa Curry. Her address is entitled, "How Far We've Come and How Far We've Yet to Go."
Platform guests, parents, friends of the graduates, and members of the graduating class, good evening. Tonight, we sit before you as seniors of Catoctin High School. Before the night is through, we will be graduates, well on our way into the real world. Have you ever imagined how far we've come to be here? It's been more than just 12 years. It's been hard work, perseverance, and sweat. We've accomplished several goals, but we have only just begun. Look how far we have to go, how many roads we have to travel. We've made many previous mistakes, and we will make many in the future. There have been precious moments, and there are others yet to experience. We've come a long way, but this is only the beginning. Through the years, our needs, expectations, and dreams have changed. We've come from begging for our parents for an ice cream cone to begging for a car. Then getting the ice cream cone and crying because it's the wrong flavor, then to wrecking the car. Remember when our biggest worry was getting home in time to see the Flintstones? Well, we're about to enter a world where the worries weigh much heavier. Worries such as the big job, the right college, and the one person to marry. Our needs differ greatly also. In comparison, needing money for the party accessories doesn't seem quite as serious as needing it for rent and food. Although full of responsibilities, independence isn't all bad. Our dreams have grown in perhaps a more realistic way. Instead of hoping to be like that private detective that never dies on television, we become computer engineers. We won't have a curfew, not that we obey it now, and no more snags in the hallway without a pass. We instead enter a world with many new opportunities and additional responsibilities. It will still mean working hard and sweating. We've made it through 12 years successfully, and with that in mind, we can confidently look toward the future. We've grown from short, whining children to taller, mature ladies and young men. What's next for us? Some of the best and worst times of our lives. We can look forward to being successful in whatever field we choose, making new friends, and creating a new life. Then we'll have children to bother us and marry us, just as we've done to all of you. We'll fall many times and learn many lessons. We'll never stop learning, except it won't be learning how to get out of class. We'll be learning to live on our own. Our parents and teachers won't be there to pick us up. Instead, we'll depend more on ourselves. The influence those people have given us will inspire us,
and enable us to conquer life's obstacles. It won't be all parties and laughs. It will be more reality than most of us have ever faced. The reality that we won't always succeed, we won't win every game, and won't all live happily ever after. It's all part of growing up. Many memories have yet to be made, and when we grow old with walking canes and hair of gray, we'll still have those memories. All our lives we've waited for this moment. May it be all we've hoped for and more. Good luck, class of 1986, and thanks to all those who have helped us achieve this honor. Thank you. Ms. Samantha Bollinger and Ms. Donna Clayball will now perform a vocal selection entitled, "The Greatest Love of All."
Never found anyone who fulfilled their needs. A lonely place to be, and so I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity, because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity, because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest And if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lonely place, find your strength in love.
The second honored student speaker is Mr. Robert Phelan. His address is entitled, "Is This the End or Just the Beginning?"
Mr. Miller, platform guests, members of the faculty, parents, family and friends, and fellow graduates, good evening and welcome to the graduation of the class of '86. This ceremony marks the end of our high school career for the quickest years of our lives. In looking back through the past 4 years, I can still vividly recall many first-time events, like the first football game that I attended, the first basketball game that I played in, and most of all, I remember my first day of high school, how I was overwhelmed with what I thought was a huge school and seeing so many people that I had never seen or heard of before. After the initial shock, things started to get better in that I began meeting people and I quickly learned my way around school, and then I realized that the school that I thought was so large was really not that big at all. Time began to fly by, and before I knew it, I was a senior. And now, here we are at the graduation day that just 4 years ago seemed to be an eternity away. A time to make major decisions has arrived. Many important questions have arisen, the answers to which will have great impact on our lives. The most immediate question being whether to go to college or to take our place in the nation's workforce. All of the schooling that we, the graduates, have had so far has dramatically expanded our depth of knowledge, but high school serves an additional purpose. That is to prepare us for life. High school is the last step in preparation for the real world. It has brought us to a point in our lives where we are able to accept responsibilities and cope with the problems of day-to-day living that arises in everything we do. I firmly believe that the support and guidance we have received here at Catoctin will enable us to accept major responsibilities and allow us to make intelligent and informed decisions to important questions about our future. This is also a time for setting priorities and perhaps lifetime goals as well. With determination and hard work, these goals can be attained. Much of what we get out of life will depend on just how much we want it. As that old saying goes, you get out of life what you put into it. But none of us know what the future holds in store. The only way to find out is to live one day at a time, trying to do the best that we possibly can. Try to develop a code to live by, but expect to constantly make changes as society will demand. These changes are inevitable, so you can't and shouldn't try to avoid them. Frequently, a change in lifestyle or career is necessary if one is to keep up with an ever-changing modern America. Many of us, too, will have setbacks along the way. Some may consider these to be failures, but we must look at them as minor pitfalls on our way to a successful life. Hopefully, through hard work, success will come to all of us. In most instances, it will not be easy, but we must understand that very little success is achieved without great effort. I am sure that all of us in the senior class have mixed emotions about our graduation. We all want to graduate. After all, it's the culmination of 12 years of hard work. Of course, on the other hand, it is the end of 12 fun years that we will remember for the rest of our lives. From here, we will either continue our education in college or go into the country's workforce. For those of us who go on to college, it will never quite be the same. College teachers, to a great extent, are not faced with trying to prepare us to succeed in the workforce immediately. They are interested in our continuing the learning process and preparing for a more distant future. You, our high school teachers, have had to have us immediately prepared to go into the work world or continue on to college. Speaking for the entire class, let me say that you have done a tremendous job. So yes, this is the end, but also an important beginning. This is the end of high school, a major stage in our development, but this is the beginning of the next step in the development of our lives. It will be a life in which we feel we can do most anything. We can achieve according to the effort we are willing to exert. As we go forward from this day, I would like to thank the faculty and the administration of Catoctin High School for your dedication and hard work in guiding us to this point. For all of us, too, a heartfelt thanks to our parents and families for their love and support. In closing, I would like to leave you with this quotation. Within our reach lies every path we ever dream of taking. Within our power lies every step we ever dream of making. Within our range lies every joy we ever dream of seeing. Within ourselves lies everything we ever dream of being. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce a vocal selection by Miss Melinda Hobbs and Mr. Ben Tobias entitled Maybe Someday.
Now as we say goodbye, I'm so afraid to cry, tears falling from my eyes. You know I love you. Maybe someday, maybe somewhere, we'll meet again.
Promise me things will stay just as they are today. Love will not fade away. Please won't you tell me?
Maybe someday,
Maybe someday,
maybe somewhere, we'll meet again. For you, you're a part of me. With you I can be strong, and you believe in me. With you I'll carry on. Maybe someday, maybe somewhere, we'll meet again. I wish we could find a way to make this last one more day. There's so much left to say. I'll always love you. Maybe someday, maybe somewhere, we'll meet again. For you, you're a part of me. With you I can be strong, and you believe in me. With you I'll carry on. Maybe someday, maybe somewhere, we'll meet again.
again.
Maybe someday, and maybe somewhere, we'll meet again.
Now I have the privilege of presenting our honorary speaker for the evening, Mr. Donald Sullivan, former vice principal at Catoctin High School, now retired. Mr. Sullivan is a graduate of Western Maryland College with his master's degree from the University of Maryland. He served in World War II in England. He had 28 years of public education service in Frederick County. 15 of it he and I shared. He is a teacher of math and science, guidance counselor, and administrator. He was the vice principal at Catoctin High School from 1982 until his retirement this February. He is the father of 3 children and a grandfather. It gives me great pleasure to present Mr. Sullivan, whose address is entitled, Great Days in Your Lives.
Members of the class of '86, platform guests, honored guests, teachers, parents, relatives, and friends, greetings on this great day. To have been selected as your commencement speaker was an unexpected and undeserved honor, but that did not stop me from a quick affirmative response, as you can see by the fact that I'm here. All that I can remember from my defective memory bank of my commencement day many years ago was the great sense of relief we all felt when the speaker, whoever it was, finally stopped talking and the important business of the day could commence. Why do high schools and colleges continue to go through the ancient ritual of the commencement speaker? And why do invited guests and speakers continue to agree to speak? Why do people like me stand ready to play a part in this great day? I find a possible answer in a statement from one of the better young philosophers of the day, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown is a pitcher in a baseball game, and he's saying to himself, it is the last of the ninth. The bases are loaded. There are 3 and 2 count on the batter. If I get him out, we win. The next box shows all of his teammates around him, and one says, throw him a curve, Charlie Brown. Another one says, throw him a fastball, Charlie Brown. In the next box, Charlie Brown is all alone again on the mound, saying to himself, this world is filled with people who are anxious to function in an advisory capacity. How true that is. Everyone is willing to give advice, it seems. I will keep my advice to a minimum. In the time that I have, I want to reminisce very briefly, and I underline very briefly, about some great days in your life. Some of you have had great days in various aspects of your life thus far, but they have come at various times. Some of you have excelled in the classroom, some of you on the athletic field, in other phases of the school activities, such as the clubs, the FFA, its academic, the science club, the computer club, and you can go on and on. But the days that I have mentioned were not days that all of you achieved, nor were they achieved at the same time. I want to call your attention to the great days that each of you have experienced, and some of them at the same time. In fact, there are 5 great days that I want to call to your attention this evening and to just mention very briefly. The first great day was the day that you were born. Your parents were proud, very proud. They had high hopes for you. Each of you would stand out above the crowd. Maybe there's the next president in the group. The first great day of your life, the day you were born. Your parents remember it well, I'm sure. The second great day that I want to mention was when you started to school. I'm sure some of you went with smiles and some with tears. Your mother probably went with you to the bus stop. And as the bus left, she felt sad too, as you did. Perhaps you didn't realize it, but you were starting an adventure and climbing new heights. The second great day of your life, the day you started to school. The third great day in your life was when you started to junior high, or what we call now middle school. You made new friends, you had new lessons, you were possibly in new groups, and most of all in a different school. That was exciting. So this was the third great day in your life, the day you started middle school. The fourth great day in your life was when you entered Catoctin High School. What a great day. It was a great day for me too. I came to Catoctin having arrived a few weeks before you did. And I might add, you made it, I didn't quite make it. There are 198 of you graduating this year. And as I look around at you this evening, it's difficult to know what plans and dreams you brought along with you 4 years ago to Catoctin. So many choices were thrust upon you that sometimes you wanted to quit. But you stuck to it. You worked and studied and struggled at times. I'm proud of you this evening, and I know your parents and relatives are proud of you also this evening. So the fourth great day in your life when you entered Catoctin High School. And now for the fifth great day in your life. It's graduation day, or commencement day. We speak of commencement day. It's the starting of a new era. You'll be leaving Catoctin High School. You've graduated, or will graduate from Catoctin this evening, and you'll be going your various ways. There are still great days ahead, but life will not be all great days. So make the most of every day. In this whole world, there is work to do. There is a special task for each of you. Find it and give it your best. Be willing to speak out on important issues. We need that from you today. When you are criticized and your actions are proven wrong, at least those around you will know you chose to act rather than procrastinate. I suppose my most earnest request to you this evening is to take the risk that is involved. Take the calculated risk. Rely on your judgment. Never look back. You have received a good education here. The faculty is tops. No one can lead without an abiding faith in his own instincts and judgments. I don't want you to be like the Baptist preacher in Mississippi who retired, and he always had just one ambition in life when he retired. He'd always wanted to climb Pikes Peak. He retired and he saved his money. He went to Colorado, and he looked at that mountain and he started up. And he got almost to the top, up to where he could see the summit, and was just about to achieve that objective. And all of a sudden he slipped and fell and went scrambling down the mountain, a couple 100 feet in fact. He was just about to go off of a 3,000-foot precipice when he reached up and grabbed the last little branch on the last little tree on that mountain. And he hung on for dear life. He struggled and he struggled until he was absolutely exhausted. There he was. No way he could pull himself up. He didn't know what to do. Then he remembered his religious faith, He said, "Boy, I better try this. Everything else is gone." So he looked up in the heavens and said, "Is there anyone up there?" And a voice boomed down, "Yes, my son." "Well, who is it?" "I am God." "Father, will you help me?" "Of course, my son." "Father, what must I do?" "First, let go of the branch." There was a long pause. Finally, he said, "Is there anyone else up there?" I would just leave with you this thought that if you're going to be a leader or a good follower, if you are going to engage successfully in any sort of activity, believe in what you do, be willing to leave go of that branch if you think the circumstances are right. I close with just a little bit of poetry that I think would be very appropriate. I'm sure that you had to write some poetry while you were here at Catoctin High School. It goes like this. The good Lord gave us two ends to use, one to sit on, one to think with. Success depends on which you choose. Heads you win, tails you lose. Congratulations to the class of '86. I will always value your friendship. Hold on to your dreams, be calm in the storms, and celebrate many great days. Thank you.
We will now have a vocal solo by Miss Patty Harding, accompanied by Mr. Jeff Gentry.
When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens the magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found. Leaning from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step behind the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow. Why, oh, why can't I?
Now the time that all of you have been awaiting, the presentation of diplomas. Awarding diplomas at this ceremony is Mr. John Martin of the Board of Education. Mr. Martin.
Before I present the diplomas, I want to thank you for the invitation. I have a few personal thoughts that I'd like to share with you about this ceremony. 16 years ago, I walked across this very same stage to receive my diploma. 3 years ago, I came back as a board member and was privileged to present diplomas at that time, and enjoyed that as part of the Board of Education. This year, I look at it a little bit differently, and in the past 3 years, a lot of things have happened in my life. I'm now married and have a 2-month-old son. And so I look at it and appreciate what you people, parents and family, have struggled to achieve here with your students up here, and what I have to look forward to for about 18 years. And I think I know where I will be about 18 years from now on a night like this. So with that in mind, I would say, with my added appreciation of this night, I'm pleased to present the diplomas to the class of 1986 on behalf of the Board of Education. Thank you.
Assisting Mr. Martin will be Mr. John Kyle, Vice Principal. Mr. Martin, as Principal of Catoctin High School, I certify that these candidates for diploma have met all the requirements for graduation as set forth by the State of Maryland and the Board of Education of Frederick County. Donald Leroy Beard, Jr. Dennis Richard Eiford. Michael Allen Sutton. Eric Warren Ford. Patrick Allen Sanders. Harry William Schuff, Jr. Herman Grayson Heck. Dwayne Lee Manahan. Clay Hafer Barndollar IV. Lamar Richard Wagerman II. Timmy Frank Wiltrout. Keith Edward Bumgardner. Brian Douglas Free. Robert Eugene McGraw. Troy Allen Angel. Brian Lee Baker. Wayne Edward Wisner, Jr. David Eugene Eichelberger. Brian Christopher Eicher. James Eugene Miller. Mark Rohrback Gollabart. Andrew Philip Wyville, a member of the National Honor Society. Joseph William Macaulay III. James William Bentz, Jr. Mary Lynn Ham. Kimberly Jean Ott. Candy Jean Rohrbaugh. Laura Ann Reaver. Sherry Ann Quarta. Angela Michelle Andrew. Susan Marie Krebs. Debbie Jean Hurley. Stacy Lynn Kolb. Elizabeth Ann Glass. Dawn Marie Blickenstaff. Martha Lynn Parker, a member of the National Honor Society. Melissa Ann Sprague. Arpana Agarwal, a member of the National Honor Society. Mary Aileen Umble. Carolyn Denise Cordell. Nell Charlene Jackson. Gwinnett Elizabeth Barker, a member of the National Honor Society. Jerry Eileen Graff, a member of the National Honor Society. Stacy Joe Martin. Teresa Ann Wyville. Angela D. Joy. Melinda Lee Hobbs. Randy Lee DeWeese. Christopher Glenn Ott. Robert Dale Ridge. Wilton Oscar Smith III. James Earl Smith. Brian Thomas Cunningham. Dwayne Francis Orndorff. Shane Lee Fannin. Chad Anthony Topper. Lyle Douglas Pickett. Kevin Wallace Boyd. Brian Francis Orndorff. Stephen Michael Bittner. Wayne Stewart Watkins. Gary Wayne Getzendanner. Daniel Joe Dick. Thomas Wayne Heward. Larry Eugene Kreitz. Matthew Edward Dowling. Randall Lee Horn. Christopher Michael Lewis. Samuel Wallace Bollinger. Donald Everett Owens. Donna Lynn Clayball, a member of the National Honor Society. Karen Sue Engelberger. Samantha Michelle Bollinger. Lisa Sue Valentine. Jill Ann DiGilarmo. Jennifer Lottie Smith. Kathleen Renee Tenace. Tamara Irene Joy. Elizabeth Ann Zanella. Tamara Jean Smith. Kathleen Ann Carter. Constance Ann Phoebus. Barbara Lynn Cease. Verdella Maria Lippy. Karen Lee Hawk. Kimberly Ann Brooks. Shelley Ann Ray. Karen Renee Krebs. Deanne Georgetta Hobbs. Helen Elizabeth Topper. Angela Faith Ott. Anita Michelle Marshall. David Michael Shriver. Mark Allen Manahan. Kenneth William Portner. Don Edwin Wiles. Kevin William Welch. Timothy Allen Eckard. Michael Gare Worthen. Patrick Sheldon Wegley. David John Yurka. Mark Lenwood Toms. Dale Robert Wiles. Jeffrey Allen Bentz. Rodney Allen Berry. Billy Dan Laster, Jr. William Joseph Boyle. Wade Brian Joy. Nicola Giancarlo Roca. Richard Patrick Trapani. Douglas Anthony Orndorff. David Vincent Stouter. Gerald Jean Fries II. Mark Evan Scott. Tisha Michelle Gooden. Patricia Jean Harding. Tara Camille Krieger. Kimberly Ann Clayball. Brenda Lee Gladhill. Amy Joellen Martin. Tammy Marie Ling. Dana Lynn Klein. Elizabeth Ann Dillon. Pamela Lynn Bird. Cheryl Ann Grandstaff. Tina Marie Grable. Michelle Christine Damon. Tracy Annette Knott. Jean Renee Miller. Jamie Maria Austin. Kimberly Ann Welch. Lisa Ann Staub. Dawn Janine Topper. Dana Lynn Gates. Jill Marlene Bowers. Susan Ann Ling. Paul Benjamin Tobias. Donald Kevin Sweeney. Scott Curtis Eiler, a member of the National Honor Society. Timothy Martin Bentz. Gary Lee Clayball, Jr. Gary Wayne Albright, Jr. Edward Eugene Medved. Michael Francis Thorpe. Lewis Shirley Grandstaff, Jr. Scott Dwayne Stambaugh. Kevin Wayne Gallagher. Michael Richard Kuhn. Timmy John Jacob Lambert. Jerry Lee Ridenauer. Jack Samuel Wagerman, Jr. Michael Allen Peltzer. James Andrew Ketterman, Jr. David Wayne Eiler. Kevin Wayne Dameth. Richard Franklin Smith. Carl Craig Fuller. John William Rickard. Cynthia Michelle Free. Terry Renee Steitley. Virginia Ann Lewis. Sean Renee Fritz. Angela Christine Shelley. Tammy Lynn Alexander. Kimberly Dawn Flegel, excuse me. Lisa Marie Martin. Christine Marie Little. Angela Marie DeWeese. Angela Marie Holman. Lori Ann White. Tina Michelle Humrick. Tina Yvonne Kelly. Tammy Renee Kelly. Lisa Joy Shane. Nicole Renee Munch. Krista Lynn Grandstaff. Sarah Lynn Moser. Robert George Phelan. Tammy Renee Bennett. Elisa Virginia Curry. Valeria Ann Farkas. Lori Ann Ward. Dawn Renee Eichelberger. Cynthia Ann Sweeney. Lisa Lee Wance. Sheila Marie Vinson. Mary Elizabeth Long. Karen Lynn Little. Melody Sue Stockman. Angela Marie Reckley. Jody Michelle Davis. Marcus Weston Folger. Ms. Sarah Moser.
As Lisa Curry said in her speech, how far we've come, how far we've yet to go. Through these past 12 years, all of us have put a lot of hard work into reaching this goal. a high school diploma is a great achievement in one's life, and as senior class president, I am honored to accept our diplomas. I wish you all the best of luck. I would now like to call next year's senior class president, Mr. Jeff Engler, to the stage. Stop there. Stop. I, Sarah Moser, president of the class of 1986, do hereby relinquish the privileges and responsibilities of the senior class to Jeff Engler, president of the class of 1987. May you continue to work together to realize your individual potentials and to carry on the Catoctin tradition. I have to carry it again.
On behalf of the class of 1987, I fully accept the responsibilities of being the senior class president, and we would like to extend our most sincere congratulations to the graduates of 1986. Thank you.
Would you please stand? Dear Heavenly Father, as you watch the members of the class of 1986 move from the security of their homes and school into an uncertain and confusing environment, show us that your ways give more meaning to life than the ways of the world, and that following you is better than chasing after selfish goals. Help us to take failure not as a measure of our worth, but as an opportunity for a new start. Give us strength to hold our faith in you and to keep alive our joy in your creations. We ask this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.